Well, greetings, Tim Timers. So, another wonderful episode of Tim Time Projects here. Just messing around a little bit. Probably be somewhat of a short video, but you know, I get kind of winded. Old school antenna tuner. Barn find. Will it start? I don't know why I said that. It always seems that's the hot thing you always see on YouTube now is barn find and will it start. Gets all the big views. But anyhow, what I want to do is I want to try this and try tuning the what's that, the A99, the Antron 99 antenna that's outside, which I have a story about that as well. But you know, the TS940 has a built-in antenna tuner, and well, I know I hear it going chug, things are happening, and then it looks like it's tuned. But I really want to see, you know, from the show me state, not really, but I really want to see what's happening when I adjust the resistance and the inductance on here. And then I want to see what kind of reading I get SWR wise when this is after it, if the bridge still picks up that it's a good SWR. And I'm going to try with a couple things I want to try is with the a dummy load and the Antron 99. Theoretically, the dummy load, no matter what I have it set, I would think once I get it set, no matter what band, it should always be, well, maybe not, because it'd be inductive. Anyhow, we'll see what happens. When you have an antenna that's a purely resistive load, and it's 50 ohms, then really no matter what band or what I have this set to, once I get that tune dialed in, it should be fine on every band. But maybe not. Let's find that out. And again, like I said, I just want to try it with this. So let me get this hooked up. And no, it's not a barn find actually. I've had it for a long time. Bought it a long time ago for the TS820 kind of matches. That's that get up. So let me get some cables, get this hooked up, and we'll see how it works. And I'll tell you the story about the weather and the Antron 99. Alright, so a little bit of craziness here. This coax right here is connected to the MFJ, and I'll take you and show you where it goes, just so you can see what I'm doing. We're not going to show you every time because I have to traipse around the whole place, but it goes up and across all this crap, down through, where is it? It's going down through here. This is temporary, I'm hoping. And then it comes up to this antenna switch. So there'll be the dummy load. So that's just kind of the method to my madness. Alrighty, so here's the line that goes. I omitted the switch, and it goes straight into the antenna. You can see I'm showing a 1-to-1 ratio and a resistance of about 50 ohms. And like I said, it's going to probably stay about that because all it is a resistor. 50 ohm resistor plugged in, so it's staying somewhat all the way from, what do we got, 15 megahertz. I don't know if it's able to pick up, if you're able to see that with the light. Maybe if I shine more light on it you can see it, or maybe it made it worse, I don't know. But heck, we're all the way down here. The SWR staying 1-to-1, that's 46 ohms. We're down 12. I mean, we can probably move this around just about anywhere. 67 megahertz, 115 megahertz. Now it's starting to come up a little bit. 1.3 at 39. Anyhow, the idea is that that's going to stay pretty much fixed no matter what I do with it. That's the antenna, whatever you want to call it. The dummy load works good. Keeps you around 50 ohms and gives you a 1-to-1 pretty much just about everywhere you go, especially when you're staying below 30 megahertz. So let's see. Now let's take a look and see what the antenna is tuned at. The outside of the Antron is actually tuned at. So, alright, Mr. Antron 99. I'm going to write this down so I don't have to keep worrying about it. I know it's somewhere around the neighborhood of 27 because it's a CB antenna, so. Oh, look at that. 27. Wow. got a pretty wide range. So right in the area of 2700, it's 1-to-1. So we'll say like 27 through 27.2, 27.25, 2.5. Okay. All right. So we know what to expect out of that antenna. So now we want to go and take a look at what the dummy load has to bring to the table. I'm sorry, not the dummy load, the antenna tuner when we use the vintage roller inductor and resistor tuner. So this will be coming out of the picture. I'll be going back to the other thing. Okay, so the way I have this set is this coax that goes to the antenna switch over there that can control either the dummy load or the outside antenna. It's coming to this, to antenna 1, and then it's going right to going back out and going to the TS940. So when it's in this position right here, it goes straight through. It doesn't go through the matching network. It's basically just an in and out. Kind of like this doesn't even exist. So we'll leave it in here, and we're going to see what happens. And I think it's pretty close to being matched anyhow, but we're going to just see what happens when I use the auto tune for the TS940. But right now it's in dummy load, so really it's probably going to be fine anywhere. I'm going to just hit SWR. I have this on SWR, so this should almost not move. We're going to have to use something like AM or FM or CW because, let me turn that on, because on sideband it wouldn't move until you actually talk, because there's really theoretically no power, minimal power output till you talk. So let's just key it down, see what we get. As you can see, that goes to just about there. You're seeing this move because it's in watt meter mode, and it's right about 100, which shouldn't be that high. It is in, so let's see what the reverse power is. So that would be the SWR coming back. So let's see, and it's almost nothing. Oop, there we go. Now we got something. Power. I'm gonna push this. Let's see, SWR, Cal. And SWR. Yeah, hardly even moves. Let's see if that, and that'll give you just the power again. So I can show you where here, look at power here. About the same thing. But I'm going to turn that way down because I don't want that kind of power, especially while we're just playing around with dummy loads and stuff. So on the TS940, I control that under here. Turn that way down. Let's see if it's enough that I can. I'm going to need a little bit more than that. Okay, so I had to mess around with it a little bit. These switches must be really dirty because, well, it's really dirty on the outside. I had to push them on and off a couple times. So we'll see. I have it set. Let's see what kind of power we have here. All right, so we're pushing, under 10 watts it looks like. Okay. I think I can look at that switch up there too. Having issues with that switch up there, but here we go. So we're into the dummy load. We're going through. If I go through here, it's through. It doesn't go through the matching network. Just in and out of this. So basically it comes through the dummy load, through here, into the TS940. And I have it on AM because if you have it on single sideband, of course you're not going to get any signal till you start talking into it, because they don't really put anything out, very minimal, till you start to speak into it. So on AM I'll get something out. I think I have it set at about 10 watts. And let's take a look at the power first. Yeah, not even, about less than 10. So let's look at the SWR on here. And not hardly moving. That's through the dummy load. Let's look at see what this guy says it is. So we'll calibrate it. Almost nothing. Let's look at the forward power. What was it? Way down here at about less than 10 watts. Reflected power, almost nothing. Reflected power is basically your SWR. So that's with that. And it should be this way all the way through. I mean, well, let's go to 28 meters, or 28 megahertz, right about 28.4. And so antenna 1, like I said, it's right through, it's a dummy load. The radio sees it as a dummy load, so there should be, oh, we're on almost nothing coming back. So when I see nothing coming back, nothing reflected. Our forward power is good. The reflected power is what's coming back because it's a mismatch. So let me look, let me think. Oh, let's see what happens. Does the antenna, or does the antenna, the automatic tuner, try and tune it, and how long it takes. So here you just gotta, oh, you can put it on sideband, you can put it on anything because it knows what it has to do. Hit antenna tuner, and then I think you have 5 seconds to hit one of the transmit buttons. And we'll see how long it takes. Okay, that was it doing its little antenna tune. Let's go to AM. Look at SWR. Almost the same as it was before. So it just took the antenna tuner for a ride. But like I said, you could hear things happening, but you couldn't see what was happening. This is going to give us that our opportunity. So without further ado, let me change over to the other antenna. But this is kind of ironic too. You can see that there's a noise, keeps popping. I can almost guarantee that's going to be the my antenna. I left my antenna analyzer on. And it's tuned around 27. Let's see when I turn it off. Well, that wasn't it. Well, that's weird. What would be pulsing around here? Let's see if it's on all bands. Oh. I'll bet I know what it is. Christmas lights. Those ones that keep coming down where they look like shooting stars. I'll bet you that's what it is, because it's just about that time for Christmas lights to come on. So, and it's only when I hook the outside antenna, which is not far from the lights. Okay, so let me look at let's look at that. Let's make sure that it'll tune on that. We're not worried about the lights. We'll do the automatic antenna tuner just to make sure that we don't have anything crazy going on. Let's just see what our SWR is right now. A little bit high. Alright, so that's kind of funny. I never noticed that before, but I'll almost guarantee that's what that is, because I had the radio on earlier today and I wasn't doing that. I was only when I put the outside antenna back on. Alright, let's see what our SWR is without that. A little bit higher, which I'd expect because it's tuned for 27, not 28.4. Let's go way down to 28.1. This radio has been unbugged. When I got it, it would transmit on 27. but I took that away. Alright, so we're down at 28.1 just to see what our SWR is. Oh, it's way down. I can't even see. It's way down at about 2 to 1. So let's go back up to 28.4. Just, yeah, we'll go 28.4. Right, we're at 5. That's fine. We're going to try the antenna tune. We'll go through, hit this. I don't like how long it's taken to tune. Yes, it runs, but no, it doesn't run good. You see, this switch here, I have to keep kind of messing with it to get it to go into cal mode, calibration mode. So let's go back to 28, where we know the antenna's kind of works. Of course, at the 28.3 something. And let's just see. Yeah, see it. After I move that, there we go. All right. The SWR, even at 28.3, is only 2 to 1, which isn't too bad. I told you this antenna has a pretty wide thingamajigger, wide gap. Shut up. Let's see. You know what else too? And I'm usually an upper sideband, so let's try something too. Somebody else had asked about something. Let's see. Will the noise blanker take that out? How you like that? No noise blanker? Noise blanker. And I haven't even, that's not even adjusted, it's just the center levels. Let's see. It's so easy for that to pick out. Anyhow, back to upper sideband. Alright, so what have we decided? We decided I need to clean these switches. We decided that what did we decide? I don't remember. Oh, that the antenna, the dummy load on this impedance on the MFJ thingy here, it looks like 50 ohms, around 50 ohms and 1 to 1 no matter where you go. Which we kind of expected that. It's all it is a 50 ohm resistor. And I'm imagining it's not going to be wire wound. I need a new coax, and I have to clean that other switch as well. But as far as tuning with this, one thing I think I do see is when it goes through the tuning network, you do lose a little bit. And I'm going off that base strictly on where the calibration needs to be. So put the calibration here going through it, not using the built-in antenna tuner, not using any antenna tuner in here, just going right through it, and watch where the calibration is when I key it. I can get it to work. Well, without people talking too. Sorry, I was on sideband. Put it on AM, turn the mic way down. Whoa, okay. There's the calibration. Get that fuzz off there. There's the calibration, and that is when we have 2.5, around 2.5 to 1 SWR. But now watch when I go through the tuning network. Remember where the calibration was? It was right at the line. When I go through the tuning network, it drops down. What do you think of that? And turn this 7, and you can hear as the inductance gets closer, and you can even see it on the meter. So before you even start to transmit, you can get that one close. Drop down some power here and just try it real quick. Watch the meter. That's probably going to be about our best right there. Turn the noise blinker on. And let's just see what we get. Not too bad. It seems that we've wasted 45 minutes to an hour of our time because switches are so dirty that I can't really depend on that. But we can see that it's making a difference. And I know even if I used just the built-in tuner on this, I can probably get to this band. So we'll give that a shot real quick, and we're going to take this out of the picture for now because we can't depend on it. Looks so bald up here now. So let's just see what happens when we go to tune it and hit that. Look at that. Brings it to what it believes is a healthy match pretty quickly. So we'll shoot back up to 28 because that's where this antenna likes to be. 28.5. 28, I had it on before it was open. Puerto Rico was in there, and let's try antenna tune, and see how quick it tunes up. So it definitely didn't like the other tuner being in there at all, even though it was going through it. It must have been able to sense something. All right. Well, anyhow, I'll try and see if I can make sense out of enough of this video to put it on, and you guys can see me messing with different antenna tuners. Oh, and the story about the Antron 99. So I put it up so it was on two 10-foot masts, so a 20-foot piece of mast, and it was just sticking straight up into there was a pipe that was already in the ground. I showed you that, and I thought, okay, not bad. I looked at the weather forecast, looked like it wasn't supposed to be much at all for the next couple days. Well, here in northwestern Pennsylvania, apparently that's not always the case, because all of a sudden winds started kicking up, and I looked and there was a winter weather watch or something, 6 to 10 inches of snow possible over the next day. So I thought, and then a high wind warning, so I had to climb up in a rainstorm and 40-degree weather, or well, it was probably about 30 by the time I got up there. Climb up and try and fashion some kind of a mount to hold that antenna from blowing back and forth, because what I was using for the pipe was just the tops of fences, 10-foot section. And while, yeah, they're kind of strong, they're not that strong. So fortunately it was just an Antron 99. If it was something like the Titan DX, it would have crinkled that stuff right over like aluminum foil. So, but I think I got it mounted, and hopefully it doesn't pull the flashing off the side of the house before I get a chance to do something permanent. But that's it for that, and I'm still working on getting the Titan back together and finding a place for that, the Titan DX, and that should definitely increase stuff. But for now, I'm able to get on and listen a little bit, talk a little bit, and mess around. But the place is still a total mess, and now I have one more job I have to do. So I'll keep you guys posted. Thanks for watching. Take care.